everybody. I'll be back in a minute. I just wanted to get the video started. I'm giggling because May is with us today. Can I show you May? Say hi. She's going to be participating from home, and she was just being silly, saying hello, everybody. So I'm just going to go, I'm actually warming up my coffee again. I'm going to go grab it because this is Coffee and Create. I'm going to give you guys a moment to pop on, and then we'll get started. I'm just getting her coffee. Thank you. Don't leave. She'll be right here. Thanks, May. Hey, everybody. I have my coffee in my rainbow cup. I'm really hoping, anyway, I'll just leave it at that. I'm glad you're here. All right. So I'm guessing everybody can see. I'm just going to refresh my page so I can see, if I can see, who's here with me. Hi, Serena. I love you. My sister's here. Yay. Yeah. So good. So I'm running this class in 2 ways. We're going to do live for the next 3 days for half an hour. And then, so we're going to do a version of this painting behind me. We'll do it in 3 steps. It may not take us 3 days, but it might. And I'm also doing a Zoom version on Friday afternoon, and so that will be more interactive. I'm testing the waters to see which, what works in one way and what works the other way. So let's see how that goes. All right, so let's get started. May's going to be joining us here at home. So she's going to be sort of I'm going to be watching her to see her pace, to see how I'm pacing this. I'm going to go over the materials first to make sure you have all of your materials ready. Is everybody ready to have some fun and add some color to your life? Oh, we keep kind of jiggling the table. All right, so I'm going to be demonstrating on a canvas today. You don't have to use a canvas though. It's just easier for me to demonstrate using this. But you can be doing this. May's doing it in a journal. You could be doing it on a piece of paper on the floor. You could find a piece of cardboard. You can use a box. Just get creative. Find something to paint on, okay? No big deal. So that's the first thing you need, is something to paint on. I am going to say that if you are painting in a journal with flimsy pages, you may want to consider another time. I don't think we'll have time today, but this is for future reference, using gesso. Gesso is probably backwards, which is a medium that you can paint on top of, and it helps. So let's say you were using wood, you could gesso on top of the wood so that your paint doesn't soak into the wood. It's like a primer, essentially. So you can use gesso on canvas or in your journals or on wood, but that's just a side thought that I thought of. So first of all, you need your background. You're going to need water, preferably in a container that you won't mix up with your coffee mug so you don't dip into your coffee by accident, or tea. Actually, if you're watching, let me know what you're drinking today. May, can you pass over the paper towels, please? You need paper towel to dry off. Your brushes, you need palette. I like to use these. They're easy to clean after. I haven't cleaned these ones. I just want to show you how pretty they are. Sometimes my palette's my favorite part of my painting. So you need palettes. You can use a reused, like an old plate if you don't want plastic. You could use an old plate. You can use like a styrofoam mug or anything. And today you're going to need something round to trace for your, we're going to put your letters inside of it. So here's the thing. You want it to be a size, depending on what size you're working on, you want it to be a size where if you trace it, and we're going to come up with a word in a few minutes. So if you trace it, you need to be able to spread it out because we're expanding out from it. So you don't want it to be too big, and then it will cover up your rainbow in the background, but you don't want it to be so small that you can't see your letters. So just a good size. For this size of canvas, I decided to just use this lid, and I thought, okay, if that's going to feel a little bit too big for me, I just went with a slightly smaller insertion of the lid. It's just like a mason jar lid. Okay, that's for this size though. For May in the journal, I'm going to just switch this over. Hi May, she's eating her breakfast. Can you show them putting that on? She's just going to trace the paint bottle because it's a smaller surface. Okay, so, all right. So you need your circles to trace and your brushes. So today, in the end, you're going to need different size brushes. Today, you're going to need a larger brush. I'm using these sizes for this. I could actually go a lot bigger, but I just decided to go with this size. And you may need a medium size brush, a bit smaller as well. We will not get to the smallest brush, but it's always nice to have one on hand just in case you need it. Okay, so that being said, I hope you have all your materials. Let me know in the comments if you need to grab anything. I'm just looking on here to see if I can watch, because I'm trying to watch the video on my computer as we go. Okay. Anyway, maybe you can play with that and just try to go to my regular page. Okay, so rainbows represent hope, and we're going to bring some color into our lives. And I actually have a playlist, so I'm hoping to play some music while we paint too, because that's the best way to get ourselves going and motivated. And it's just a nice way, changes our energy, changes our mindset. So we're going to have some music maybe, and we're going to have some painting, and we're going to do some mindset work right now. So let's go with the mindset piece. So the rainbow, if you guys don't know, I'm going to be really quick. We have chakras, energy centers running up and down our bodies. These are our main energy centers called chakras. I'm not going to go any further than that. Okay, we're going to leave it at that. They are the colors of the rainbow though. So each, we hold energy, like our main energy and emotions, all within our bodies, but these main chakras are like the core, what they feed into. So the bottom one is at the base of our spine here, and that's called our root chakra. it is the color of red, of course, like the rainbow. Oh, I forgot, of course, you need your paints. I forgot the most important material. You need paint. You need acrylic or tempera. I'm aiming towards acrylic because it dries faster and it's a little bit thicker, so you may, if we need to do layers, then it's better to do more layers on top. So with your red, I'm going to give you a mantra to repeat to yourself while you paint. Well, we start with red. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to now grab your red paint. I'm using bright red. I'm just using these dollar store paints. You don't have to have anything expensive. Shake it up. Yes, we're sharing. May's like, where's my paint? You don't need too much. I'm starting with that. Now, if we were doing this Michelle-esque style, I would be putting a little bit of red here, literally on my canvas. I'd be putting a whole whack of yellow here, and I would be putting a little bit of blue here, and I would just blend them together really quickly, and that would be it. But because I want to do the mantras with this, I'm doing a little bit differently. So get some red, and while you're painting your red, we're going to start on our bottom left corner, kind of top to bottom. Your mantra is, I am loved and supported. So while you are painting your red with your larger brush, just going to repeat in your mind, I am loved and supported. I am loved and supported. I'll move this over a bit. Okay. So I am loved and supported. Keep it fairly thin, just so it dries faster. And if I'm missing anything, if I'm missing any details, just pop it in the comments and let me know. So I am loved and supported. I am loved and supported. Another one that you can use is for red is I am safe. I am safe, I am loved, I'm supported. I'm going on a bit of an angle here so that I actually have more on the bottom. I'm going to be opening it up kind of like a flower.
How am I supposed to not get this on the
Ah, May brought up a good point. Perfect. So May's working in a journal, and she just asked me, how am I supposed to not get this on the page underneath? Normally what I do when I'm working on a journal is I just find a piece of newspaper or scrap paper that's slightly bigger than the journal, and I stick it in between the pages so that I don't have to worry about going over the edge. So if you're working in a journal, you might want to do that. May, there's lots of paper around you. You can find something there. Okay, if you're working on a canvas, I like to go over the edges so that I'm actually painting the side of the canvas. I am loved, I am supported, I am safe. I am loved, I am supported, I am safe.
Do you want this?
No, you can use that. Make it, make this an enjoyable process. Just pay attention to your breathing while you're throwing the paint on the canvas. Enjoy that feeling of the paintbrush on the canvas or whatever it is you're painting on. Just allow it to be a joyful experience. Okay, so here's the red. Now the next color in the rainbow is orange. You have an option here. You can use orange paint, or you can blend yellow and red to get orange. You can mix it on your palette, or you can mix it directly on your canvas. Again, Michelle-esque, I'd be doing it right on my canvas. For you, I will do things a little differently today. So because I'm mixing orange, I'm not going to worry about washing off my brush right now. Normally I would. If I wanted a pure yellow, I would make sure that I'm washing off my brush. So I'm going to throw some yellow on my palette. Obviously the red is going to overpower the yellow. So you just need to dab your brush in like a corner of the brush in your red. And don't grab all of your yellow at first. Just start mixing it into a corner of your yellow. And you're just going to mix, mix, mix until you get the orange that you desire. I like mine pretty, like more on the red side, like a darker orange. So the yellow I'm using, here's what's happening, is the yellow that I'm using is has a lot of white pigment. It's not a pure yellow. So I'm getting more of a peachy color than a bright orange. So you might want to consider that, whatever yellow you're using, that's what's going to happen. In which case I'm going to need a lot more red to get a darker version of the orange, but I'm still not going to get the same orange color as if I had a pure yellow. But I'm using what I have, and that's what we do, right? That's being resourceful. Do you need a palette knife?
Sure.
Or like I said, your other version is just to go and use a regular orange. Okay. So I'm going to start blending this. So our mantra for orange, while we're painting our orange, this is our sacral chakra. It's just above our root chakra. And our mantra for that is, I am creative and inspired. So as you're painting your orange, you can repeat that to yourself. I am creative and inspired. I am creative and inspired. I am creative and inspired. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go slightly over my red, and eventually, just a little bit, but what I'm also going to do is I'll go back, I'll grab a little more red, and I'll blend it more in together. But my red's already drying, so I'm just slightly overlapping it with my orange. I am creative and inspired. Very nice. So what we'll do is I'll start playing some music in a moment, either while we're painting this or maybe when we're doing our circles on top. So our rainbow is 6 colors, kind of 7 if we include indigo, which is the mix of purple and blue. But really I'm thinking about 6 sections on my paper, on my canvas. So I'm mentally dividing, imagining where my 6 sections are, okay? I am creative and supported. Okay, now while this orange is still a little bit wet, I'll try to keep this edge wet because I want to blend some yellow into that. Now I'm going to wash my brush. And if I'm going too fast, just let me know, please. I know May is slightly behind me, but she'll be able to catch up. And you guys will too, I'm sure. So wash your brush really well. Make sure you dry it off with a paper towel. Have a sip of coffee or tea or whatever you're drinking. And even though this is a Facebook Live, and so it's more me just here teaching, and I don't really get to interact with you guys, please throw things in the comments, throw any questions down. Let me know if I am going too fast. I'm still trying to pull it up on my page. I can't seem to find it. I don't know why. It might get me.
I don't know how to work Facebook.
All right, pure yellow. May doesn't know how to work Facebook because she's too young. She's that younger crowd's not so much on Facebook. Okay, our mantra for yellow is this is our solar plexus. So this is our center. This is like our belly. And our strength, like our core strength comes from here. Courage comes from here. So a lot of us might feel some fear sitting in here right now these days. You might find it happening here in your belly. So first of all, make sure you are being nice to your digestive system and putting good things in your body to help your belly digest, because it may be having some trouble digesting if you're full of fear, right? So one thing to do is put good food into your body, and another thing you can do is say a mantra. And our mantra for today is I am empowered. So while you are painting with yellow, you're going to repeat to yourself, I am empowered. I am empowered. You may feel like you're powerless right now, and there are a lot of things that are out of our control, but we are empowered in how we respond to them, right? I'm going to start here on my orange side. While it might still have a little bit, it might still be a little bit wet, and then blend my yellow into my orange. Better to blend the lighter color into the darker color, because the other way around, your darker color is just going to take over. So I'm going to start with that. And since it has pulled a little bit of the orange into my yellow, I'm going to clean my brush off again and get some pure yellow on there. Oh, good. Okay, good. I'm sorry that you don't have your paint, Serena, to start, but that's okay. Good. You can always come back and catch the replay, and I'm really grateful that you popped on. Thank you. I love you. That's my sister, everybody. I miss them. I miss my family a lot. Okay, pure yellow. I am empowered. I am empowered. Deep breaths. I am empowered. What's our time? Okay, 10:21. Great. This is exactly about the timing I thought we would have today. Oops, I just dipped into my orange. That's okay. I'm not worried about, this is a good mistake that I just made. Not worried about these little painting mistakes. Painting is one of those places where you can take risks and try new things and not worry too much about making mistakes, because you can always paint over it or like fix it, turn it into something else, turn it into something new. So you don't have to worry about that, right? Great place to experiment and explore and take some risks. I am empowered. Okay. Again, not worried about leaving some yellow on my brush, because it's going to blend into the next color of the rainbow. And if this were an interactive class, I would be asking you guys, what is the next color that we're going to use? But maybe I could ask May. Green. Green is the next color. Yes, because it goes yellow and then green and then blue, because blue and yellow mix together to make green. I'm using again what I have. This is Apple Tart. It's just an inexpensive acrylic paint, and I could just put blue on and mix my yellow and blue to get my green, but I'm going to just put some green on today. So green is our heart chakra here at our heart. Our heart chakra is actually green and pink, but we're just going to go with green today. So if you want, you can even put your hand on your heart to start, and your mantra is I am at peace. This is a nice one. Breathe that one in and exhale it. I am at peace. Very nice. Okay, so these are great mantras to keep repeating to yourself. If you want me to type them into the comments below, let me know and I will do that. So you can have them or you can be writing them in your journal, which is why I invited you to bring your journal in the first place. So as you're painting, I am at peace. So if you want, can you see, yeah, you can see the painting behind me as a reference, or you can see this one as a reference, how much space I'm taking up blending. Now, I should be blending more of my yellow into my green. I'm just going to overlap onto my yellow a little bit. And I feel like what I'm going to do is grab a little more yellow and I'll blend some yellow into it in just a second here. I'm going to get some green on first. Okay. Good. So now that I have my green on, I'm going to grab just a tiny bit of yellow so I can do some blending over here. And get kind of like a yellowy green effect. I am peace, I am at peace, I am at peace, I am at peace. Great. Ooh, looking colorful. Wash your brush. Now it's time to wash your brush. May's like, no, I'm not washing my brush. Are you washing your brush, May?
No.
May has not washed her brush, and it's looking beautiful. I'll have to show you after. I don't want to turn the camera right now. How are you feeling, May? You feeling relaxed?
Very.
Very relaxed?
Yes.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes.
All right. Painting is joyful. Time for blue. Now, I have options here. I can use a peacock blue. I also have my favorite kind of colors are these kind of, they're like more, they're brighter, poppier. No, but this is tempera paint. So it may first of all be a little bit thinner and more see-through, transparent on there. I think I'm gonna go with acrylic for today, and maybe I'll use this in my circles. Okay, or shapes. Don't forget to shake. You don't need a whole lot of blue. It's one of those overpowering colors. So don't go crazy like I just did. It wasn't on purpose. Blue is our throat chakra. So often we have a hard time speaking our truth, and we may feel it actually in our throat chakra. So blue. Oh, this is a good mantra. I am worthy of being heard. So as you are painting your blue, I'm going to encourage you to repeat to yourself, I am worthy of being heard. I can tell you right now that May and I both have issues with our throat chakra and with speaking our truth and our voice. And I'm always trying to encourage her to use her voice. And in the meantime, I'm thinking to myself, I need this message just as much as she needs it. And that's why I think that's why I'm so adamant with her that to speak up for yourself and use your voice, because I know what happens when you don't. So I am worthy of being heard. You don't have to worry about it. I am worthy of being heard. And of course, as I go to my green, I'm going to blend. But first, I want to get just some blue on there. So now I'm starting to curve down a little bit towards the middle at the bottom. Almost a volcano-esque look. It doesn't have to be in this direction, you guys. I should have said that at the beginning. If that doesn't resonate with you, then do it your way. That's the beauty of this. You can take this same concept and nobody's going to end up with anything that looks the same. And isn't that the beauty? We're all unique. And we are worthy of being heard. I am worthy of being heard. I am worthy of being heard. And I'm just blending in to my green there. There was something I meant to do at the very beginning and I forgot. That's why I just had this. I was thinking, oh,
I saw that.
I forgot that. Oh well. I'll talk about it later. That's okay. The last color. May saw that. Did you see that in my face?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that was good and I forgot. Oh well. So I'm running out of color on my palette because I'm messy. I'm a messy painter. That's okay. The last color is purple. I'm going to find a little spot to put my purple beside my blue. If it blends a little, I'm not going to panic because I'm going to be blending it anyway for some indigo. Taking breaths. Okay, so we don't have a lot of space, but we are going to blend to get some indigo. Now, in terms of chakras, we do have a chakra here. It can be called your brow chakra or your third eye. So this is like your intuition, right? So I'm going to give you 2 mantras, one for your third eye and one for your crown chakra, which is at the top of your head, and it connects us to spirit, God, universe, creator, whatever your belief system is. That's your connection, and it's purple. So your mantra for your third eye is, I am guided. And for your purple crown chakra is, I am one with the universe, or you could say I am one with God, or whatever resonates with you. I'm one with creator. Whatever name you choose to use. I am one with spirit. I am one with love. You could use the word love. Okay, I am guided. I am one with love. I am one with creator. Grab your purple. Ooh, it's so pretty. I think indigo is my favorite color. That blend of purple and blue makes me feel very happy. And if you have a moment at some point, I'm going to invite you to put into the comments what your favorite color is. And I need more purple. We're running out of purple, May. Or your favorite blend of colors. These can be really dangerous. They get clogged up and then all of a sudden it all comes splatting out. So I am guided. I am one with the universe. I am love. I am guided. Through these trying times, we are guided. We are love. And I'm going to play a song for that in just a minute. I had great playlists, you guys. The reason so I'm going to blend a little more to get indigo here. Okay, and I think we're probably at about 10:30. Are we, May?
10:33.
Ooh, I'm a little bit over time. Okay, so, but we got our background painted, which is what I thought would happen today. I actually thought we would get our circles traced on, but that's okay. I'm going to chat with you about that for a minute. And then I'm going to stick to the timelines because these are the timelines I gave you. So for your circle, so this has to dry anyway, so that's great. Tomorrow when we return, going to invite you to have a hair dryer or something, because we do work in layers and you may need some help drying your paint so that you can paint on top of those layers. I'm going to leave you with a piece to work on after we leave here today. So what I was originally supposed to start with was a bit of your own mantra. So tapping in to that higher self, to your higher self, to God, to the greater spirit, to love, if you will, and ask what message of hope it has for you. What message of hope do you need right now? It can be a sentence or a few sentences. It can be a whole paragraph. I don't know. But what message of hope is required for you right now? And then we need to narrow that down. And this could be the tricky part, into, for something smaller like this, I'm thinking 1 word, maximum 2, and 2 short words. So you can see the painting I have behind me is quite large, and I still used only short words, small words, because I knew I was going to be expanding out from them. And so I didn't want to put too many letters on my page, because then there's going to be too many circles and it's going to be it might be too much for our brain and not so pleasant to look at. So you're going to come up with, I would say, 1 or 2, 4 or 5 letter words, short words that sum up your message of hope. So a few that I came up with were peace, faith, patience. You could do something like I am hope, or I am love, or have hope, or something like that. But keep it short, as short as possible, especially depending on what you're working on. Like I said, the smaller the canvas or whatever you're working on, the shorter the word or words you're going to use. I would love if you guys could throw some ideas out in the comments and so share them, so that in case anybody needs ideas. Okay, so I just gave you a few: peace, faith, patience, I am peace, I have hope, something like that. Okay, so that's it for today. We got our background done. Tomorrow, I'm hoping, I did start a playlist today and it would have been so nice. The thing with going live is that Facebook will sometimes mute, and because I was talking and giving instructions, I didn't want to play music, because first of all, I wanted you to hear me, and secondly, I didn't want Facebook to mute the video, but that's okay. We'll try again tomorrow. I'll add some music on, but yay, look at, we already have some beautiful color to work with. This is going to be great. So tomorrow morning, grab your drink, grab your coffee, your tea, your whatever, your smoothie, whatever it is that you drink, your juice, and I'll meet you again at 10:30 for part 2, and then if we need the time on Friday, we will do part 3. All right, and you're going to end up with a beautiful painting. I will say, you can leave right now if you want to. I just want to be really clear, because I know I'm over time, but it's very important for me to share this. This is not my regular work. So I don't technically teach how to paint. That's not my purpose here on earth right now. So I trained in expressive arts therapy. So I'm not a therapist, but the work that I do is therapeutic. And the work that I do as an expressive arts mentor or facilitator is actually more process-based. So it's more about what is going on inside us while we are creating. And creating doesn't have to look like a certain thing. We're just literally creating, like bringing whatever's inside of us out and paying attention to what's going on inside as we do that. So we call that focusing on the process, not what it's going to look like, the product. Okay, so I want to be really clear. This is just something I felt like we needed. right now. So I thought, why not? We need this right now. We need some color in our lives. We need some hope in our lives. It's a fun activity, and it's simple to do. But I just wanted to be clear about what my real purpose is, and that the work that I do with people is actually much deeper. But it's still fun. So this is like a light version of what I do. Yeah. And expressive arts incorporates all of the arts. So that's why I had the music playing. So expressive arts incorporates music, and you don't have to be good at any of it. I'm not trained in music at all, but like music, voice, visual art, poetry, movement and dance, anything that's considered an art form is under the umbrella of expressive arts. And normally a class or even a session, if it was like a mentoring session, would be what's called intermodal. So that means that we could do a variety of those things in one session. So we might use voice and visual art. We might use movement, voice, and visual art. We might take art into poetry. So that's how it works with expressive arts. Just to be clear, I thought it was really important to be clear about my job. And the other component for me is nature connection. So I always like to draw in nature, teachings from nature, and combine it with expressive arts. And it's really a powerful tool for personal transformation and for healing and for mindfulness and for living better lives. All right, so that's my spiel for today. I just wanted to share that with you. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, okay, for part 2. All right, have a great day. Enjoy the sun.